Welcome to Americana Archives. Today's headline is Jam Me Jib Sail, 'Twas Some Dive. Deep diver bellman fishes up sunken chronometer. The subheadline says, Lad overboard cause. Landlubber, without hesitation, jumps into seething with frost, to save drowning man. Lets out a yell for help. This article originally came from Chicago. It says, Yo ho, my hearties, gather around me now, for I'm about to unfold ye as strange a tale of the sea as ever happened on the Chicago River. 'Twas on a dark and stormy night that Fred J. Hoeing, a simple commission merchant man, was sitting in his window on the second floor of 172 South Water Street with pen in hand, watching the big chunks of ice a-floating by, and wondering how he was going to pay his coal bills, when of a sudden there was a splashing and a yelling. And who should Hoeing see floundering around in that there icy water but this here landlubber that I was speaking of, the same being John Dunn, an advertising solicitor who had fallen into that there stream accidental or contrary-wise. Without no hesitation whatsoever, this here Hoeing rises up from his chair, lays down his pen, and jumps kerplunk out of that window into the seething main below, the same being a seething with frost and not with heat, where you can wash my scuppers. No sooner has this Hoeing got himself into the water than he discovers to his pain that there are two drowning men in that there raging main, the one being this here landlubber and the other himself. So he lets out a yell, and along comes George Quinn, who wallers into the river likewise, that making free. Then up comes Cornelius Griffin, who has sense enough to keep his skin dry, and betwixt the three of them, they manage to tow this here Dunn and themselves into port. No sooner has this here Hoeing got himself into dry dock than, bless my toplights, he burst into a screech that made all the sirens on the river think they were deaf and dumb. My watch, says he, I've lost my watch. It had been given him by a German noble who was a relative of the family. Then up comes Fritz Belthauser, who was a bell diver, and listens patient till he found out what it's all about. So the next day, this here Belthauser puts on his diving suit and lets himself careful off that dock, and down he goes. 30 feet deep, that water was 90 degrees colder than a pawnbroker's heart. 5 minutes we waited, and then another 5. Still no Belthauser. We was just a-going to adjourn and draw up the resolution for the funeral that we were going to give him by the absent treatment. When sudden, there's a rifle on the water, and up he comes. He climbs ashore painful, and he opens his hand. Shiver my top gallants if he ain't got that there watch. Hoeing goes down into his pocket and heaved up a roll of greenbacks as big round as a masthead, and cussed me for a deck swabber if he doesn't peel up 500s off in that there roll and hand him to Belthauser. Pipe all hands to the bulwark, surgeon, the sun's over the foretop. This story came from the great state of Louisiana, being reported in the Tensas Gazette of February 28th, 1913. Thank you for joining us today. If you want to continue to uncover all of America's lost and forgotten history, then remember before you leave to hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and remember to like and comment below. And we will see you next time on Americana Archives.